Nice to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
again
you.
for your time. So this is the NoteSeeker 2000 and the Standard Tip Pro. And if you want to go ahead and turn it on using this button right here, just press it and release. And that faint beep means it's starting up. And this is our wireless and sterilizable Standard Tip Probe. So the on button for that is, see the gray cap over there, the long edge? Yeah. If you just hit that, you just click it, it'll light. So it turns on. It has a one-time use lithium battery. It lasts around 9 hours. We do suggest that you change it out after every case. But it's Bluetooth powered with this, so this will start blinking, and it can it has a very long distance range for the OR. And our control unit, as you can see, is touch screen, and it's very versatile. So what you have is this can actually fit on a pole. Thanks. So you can put this on a pole, and you can even adjust it to tighten to a pole. And you can put it on a table like we have right now. So it can fit in many different places in the OR. And you can even unplug it, so it's one less thing to worry about in the OR. And so now that it's found the probe, you can click this right here with your finger. Yeah, it's touchscreen, so it'll sync right to that probe. And here we have the simple user interface that just finds the gamma emissions from our source, which we have here under this fake breast. So if you want to go ahead and look for the source with the probe.
Right here.
Yes. And then if we move it off, we can see it is indeed there. And you can even try it without that. So that's our built-in collimator, which prevents the side shielding to show that we have a great resolution, so you're not led in the wrong direction during surgery. Did you want to use it anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
So we use the blue dye,
Mhm.
and what's the difference between the gamma probe and the blue dye to
Well, blue
perform
dye.
the-
Blue dye is good for visual, of course, so you can see the sentinel nodes because you're using a dye that'll go there. The TC99 that you inject is going to go through the lymphatic system as well as the water would go, so it gives a very good correlation of where the cancer would travel to if it would travel through the lymphatic system. So it's a great way to double check where the cancer would go, and there are many studies that show that it's a great way to make sure that you are sure that the patient is free of cancer in the lymphatic system.
And this is become the standard of care
Yes.
right
Yes.
now in US.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned about the battery. It lasts for 9 hours.
Yes,
Well-
and also the control unit lasts for 9 hours as well.
So this is the one-time use.
Yes.
Can I just
Sure.
take a look?
Sure. You can just, you can hit that to turn it off and open it. Yeah, you can just unscrew it.
So this is the battery, like one-time lithium
Yes.
battery.
Yes. And then, as I said before, this is sterilizable with SteriAd or Steris. So we also have sterile jackets that are non-latex, and you can also use ultrasound covers for it. And our detector system is the highest sensitivity on the market because we use an LYSO crystal that's used in PET scanners. And so that just makes it more sensitive than any other gamma probe on the market. And we also place our detectors towards the back of the probe, so we don't have a big cone resolution. We get a good resolution that's very straight. And we have a lot of different settings for your surgeons. So what we can do here is set a 0 level, the current 0 level. So here, if I was to set it to around 200, what would happen would be, when it's under 200, it wouldn't beep. Here, we'll turn it back on. Thanks. Just gonna reconnect. So, see how it's not beeping while it's under 200? But then once we get closer, it'll start beeping once it's over 200. So that's if a surgeon gives it a high radiation amount, and the surgeon doesn't want to hear a lot of beeping at a certain low level, so it's just like setting a 0 to a certain amount. So we really want to customize it towards certain needs on a case-by-case basis and make it convenient. And then you can just set it back to 0. And you can also check the voltage levels here, and you can do sound settings. Did you have any other questions?
So what makes your product stand out from the other Gamma Probe on the market?
Yes, as I mentioned, we have the highest sensitivity on the market. So by having a higher sensitivity, we are able to find more sentinel nodes, if there are more sentinel nodes. So if you had a node deeper in the tissue, here, so let's say you had a thicker piece of axilla, and you're only getting, with another probe, you would get a lower amount of count, so you would maybe get a false negative with a different probe. But here, you could be led to getting some kind of count, and your surgeon would actually want to go a little bit deeper here, and think, okay, maybe there is something going on here. There is a jump. I should actually make a cut. Oh, hold on. We're seeing something. Something's hot here. And so you find another node, and if it's positive, then you would want to take out more nodes, and so you wouldn't have to, you would be able to prevent a recurrence in the patient. So that's how we can promote better care for patients. And we are a local company, and we have in-house engineers, so we can definitely take care of certain needs for people. And we have a variety of products that we can have towards one probe, or one control unit, excuse me. If you have any surgeons, I've spoken to a few of your ENTs, we have a narrow tip, right here. Oh, and this is the study that proves that we have a higher sensitivity. I can show you just right here in this table. As you can see, there's our competitors, and then there's our sensitivity.
Right.
And then these are some of our probes, which are much smaller than a lot of our competitors. So you can make a smaller incision into the patient.
Like the narrow tip right here. And
yes.
Different angles.
Yes. And so the narrow tip for parathyroid because it's such a small area for that surgery, you can make a smaller incision for the patient. And it still has a very high sensitivity because we still use an LYSO crystal. And again, it can work on a very small control unit here, which is wireless. Okay, thank you for your time, and I hope to follow up with you soon.